So I think we're going to use some of this for YouTube if we're cool with it. We talked about that, taking some of this video, all of this video, whatever works, to be able to share and get more information out there about the community, about the beautiful space you have coming up with Convergence, Acasma Convergence. I emailed you, but I also opened this up so I could look at it while we were talking here. But I love what you built.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my
Thank you.
goodness. This is so good. Even, I mean, like there's so many layers to the good. Right off the bat, yes, the visual, the ability to feel like a coherent flow and like a professionalism, but at the same time, a sacredness. That's not easy to do. It's completely aligned with that connectivity of a new way of doing business. Does that make sense? A new way of being us in this space where we're having a career that we love, that is our purpose, where we're following our heart. And at the same time, we're having an outreach in the ways in which we give back, in addition to the ways in which we receive. So this course is fantastic. Yes, I just feel like you've built something so, yes, impactful,
Mm.
impactful. Um, so what were your initial intentions going in to like the, the space of your heart that clicked on that you were led to build this course, and like to give anybody an idea that might be considering this space? What are we talking about? What drew you here? And then what did you build?
So that is such a good question. And it really ties into Acasma because what we know about Acasma is it's self-expansion first, right? And so, but it is when we share Acasma, when we share it by facilitating or just intending or teaching or however we are spreading the energy of ourselves in Acasma, that is what I did. So as I was doing things in my business and I just kept thinking, oh, I wish people knew how to do this. I wish people knew how to do this. I wish like people like, oh, I love how you did this. I love how you did this and this. And I'm just like, I just want to make it easy for people to express themselves and connect. That's it. Like, and we have this really powerful tool of technology. We have this really powerful tool. And there is a storyline out there that says technology is hard and has all sorts of things around it. And we all have our own relationship with that. And my experience is it doesn't have to be. And you can find anything you want on the internet. There's nothing I'm teaching in this class that people can't find on the internet. But what I find is a lot of people know what to do, but there gets to be a sticky spot between knowing what to do and the implementation of it because it can get overwhelming. Absolutely. I recognize that space. I've been there myself. And so I really just wanted to be like, I wish I could take my 20 years of being self taught, teaching myself how to do every single one of these spaces. I wish I could take that and package it up and just be like, this is how I do it.
Mhm.
And I'm not saying that I do it in the 100% most efficient way. I'm not saying that this won't evolve, but I do think that what I do makes sense
Mhm.
and what I do is helpful. And then once people understand that space, they can do whatever they want with it. And because I do them regularly, so consistency is so important. It allows myself to relax with my people and it allows myself to relax in my outreach because I know I have those systems in place. And I feel like there can be sometimes, I remember, I'll speak for myself, there were times when I really scrambled where I felt like I was just constantly running around over here and over there and trying to understand how it all came together and trying to recreate the wheel. I don't think we need to recreate the wheel, So that's kind of where my motivation was is I really want to help people do what they want to do.
I love that. And that is really like the foundation of Acosma. We're here to help people find their freedom to be whatever it is they want to be, however they want to be it, and abundant and joyful and safe and loved. And so your bringing this in an avenue that is needing of that as well, with embracing the ways in which we can connect with one another, grow outreaches, grow businesses. But one thing I really love that you talked about here and you are embodying in this course is Acasma is about taking everything to the next level. It meets you right where you're at. It doesn't ask you to be next level when it meets you, but it just knows you already are. And so it shows up right where you are, lovingly embraces you in whatever way that is for you. And then it helps you, assists you as you move into that space of the self, that freedom. But we're not used to business in this manner. We're not used to outreaches in this manner. And what do I mean by that? Perfect example. You went to Los Angeles with me. Thank you for doing so. You were on the team for Conscious Life Expo. There were 7 of you that went with me. And you really get this, Kirsten, because I remember in the very beginning, your initial lead into whether you would go or not, whether you would say yes or not, because it was a big yes to say. You were going to fork out a very good sized investment to fly there, to stay there, to be that space for several days. And your energy, your connection, yes. So you said to me that there had been spaces you had been before in the expos or the community events or whatever, all the above. And there had been spaces that weren't optimal. They weren't fun. They weren't the best, right? That's normal, right? That's what we're all used to understanding has happened, right? And yet you said in that same space, you said, but I don't think this space will be that way. Like, I'm ready for this space of us that is new. And you trusted that. Like, that's huge. You trusted that, because I hadn't even done one, right? I hadn't done one. I couldn't tell you, well, no, these are different. I can only tell you that I believe we, through the understanding of ourselves, of our sacred I am, which is a cosmic consciousness connection point that assists us with that, we are different, period, in every aspect of ourselves. So now here we go to the LA Expo, we have this Conscious Life Expo space, a day after day after day, hundreds of thousands of people went through there. Yes. And the team was incredible. You guys loved one another. There was no competition. There was no, I need more because that person got more or whatever. That didn't exist. Nobody was processing at that space. And not that anybody else at any of the other booths were. That's not what I'm saying, but I am saying that we have the opportunity to be a new alignment of ourselves in every aspect of ourselves. And yes, business and outreach, two really key spaces. And I think there are so many beautiful Acasma facilitators who have taken the course and they have learned this information, or maybe they're a light worker. I don't know how you feel about that. We can talk about this because a lot of people are watching this. They may not be an Acasma facilitator yet, right? But they've done Reiki, or they've done quantum touch, or they've done, the quantum hypnosis technique space, or whatever it is. And they are like, I want to do business differently. I want to embrace this from the higher level of consciousness. I want to grow in abundance and have freedom and have an outreach and a business. A business means you receive. You work, you fulfill a space of need, service wise, and somebody invests in that with you. Yes, that's a business, and you deserve to be abundant in your business. An outreach means you give back. And so you have spaces where you scholarship people into your courses if you're a teacher, or you gift a session if you're a facilitator, or you shoot a couple emails to somebody that needs somebody to listen to them. Yes, there's so many ways we give back. That's an outreach. So this space you've built, this course, yes, Convergence, yes, you're helping people take the outreach and the business to the next level, because you're removing maybe fear factors, judgment factors. It's just too much. I don't know where to start. How do I even? And also, you're bringing in this level of vibration that is completely embedded in and coming from the flow of that higher abundance, that freedom, and that yes, self-love and self-worth that is open to receive. and is happy to give and is balanced in it all. Yes, that's really awesome. So, what do you do if somebody's watching this and they aren't a AQE facilitator yet, but they're hearing about this? Like, how could we present this in a way that they could feel met as well? Is there something here for them? Yes.
Well, first of all, yeah, so really good. I love everything you said, of course. I always love everything you say. But the other space of this too, and you said it, but I just want to highlight it, is that when you learn how to harness the energy of technology and you do so from a space of your quantum self, you are not only redefining business, redefining outreach, redefining technology, you're redefining you. And then you are allowing yourself, and then technology becomes the portal to your expressive self in your outreach, in your business, or however you're wanting to utilize it. So, in answer to your question about is the course open to anybody who's not an Acasma facilitator? Absolutely, because we are redefining the space of ourselves within relationship to business and outreach. This is what we're doing. There's nothing that I'm teaching that is Acasma specific, and Acasma is embedded in everything I do. It's embedded in every single aspect of the course. Every single student receives a blessing every single week on their being, on their body, on their outreach, and on their relationship with technology. And that's pertinent to anybody who is in the space of wanting to redefine their success, for lack of a better term, of their outreach, right?
Mhm.
And so it's such a big and vast space. It's like Acasma. It doesn't have to be Acasma specific, although everything I do and everything I speak about is Acasma is embedded within that. Does
I
that
love that.
answer your questions?
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah.
And that is what we are. We meet everybody right where they're at, so it makes sense, right? But I knew I would get a comment or an email that says, I haven't done that yet, but can I still do this, you know?
Mhm.
And I think it's also like a good window into the space for them to maybe consider looking into. I know do you have an AQE course as well coming up in
I
addition to the
do. It starts
Convergence?
on May 2nd, on Thursday,
Okay.
May 2nd.
Okay.
Yep, I do.
Oh,
So
beautiful.
AQE Foundation starts on May 2nd of 2024, and Convergence starts on May 3rd, or excuse me, May 8th, Wednesday, May 8th.
Oh, okay. Very
Yeah.
nice. Are
Yeah.
you all right if somebody wanted to do them both at the same time? Can they do
Yeah.
that? Okay.
Absolutely.
I think it would
Absolutely.
actually
Yeah.
be really powerful
Yeah.
because then when they come out the other side, they hit the ground running.
Mhm.
They've got
Well, and
those.
the other space too, of course, is there's replays and there's a student portal. And so, if somebody wants to take both classes and then maybe there's a space where they have to pull back from Convergence because they're focused on AQE or one or the other, but there's always replays for everything. The student portals are
Yes,
always
to work
open. So
with the
you can,
schedule and
oh, and this is really important with the technology piece, because it's one thing to watch a how-to video,
Mhm.
but it's another thing to watch a how-to video when you're trying to actually implement. And
Mhm.
so this course is available even after the 6 weeks are over. You can still go back and watch the replays and go back and use those. And when you're setting up your systems. Um, and the other thing too is I also recognize that everybody has their own priority. I'm going to teach from the priorities that have built my business. And somebody might say, well, I don't need that space. I'm not going to do that. And that's totally fine. I also try to, when at all possible, incorporate free options and low cost options. There's a couple spaces I do pay a little bit more for, but it's totally optional. But I try to always, when I can, be like, okay, you can do it this way for free. And this is the
Mhm.
pros and cons of that. This is
Mhm.
the midpoint, pros and cons of that. And this is the higher price point and the pros and cons of that, so that people can come in wherever they are on that continuum of readiness and that continuum of what they want to invest, either time wise or with themselves or in alignment with their priorities, because everybody has a different vision. And I hope that everybody has a different vision. I don't want everybody's businesses to look like mine. They shouldn't. This is real life. I'm showing you everything I do behind the scenes to run my business.
Don't you have an add-on as well that they can actually get
Yes.
one-on-one with
Yeah,
you in
thank you
addition
for
to
bringing that up. Yes, I do. So what I did was I also understand the space of really wanting that one-on-one support because these are group classes. So there's a group class once a week, and then there's the how-to videos that are an adjunct to that. In addition to that, students can purchase a 4-session package add-on where we have individual support. So that would be like quantum individual support. And that's an hour with me on Zoom or on the phone, whatever they're the most comfortable with, and we talk about whatever it is that's up for you. That might be emotional, that might be spiritual, it might be energetic, it might be technology, it might be, I can't figure this thing out. Or would you look at this thing that I did? What is your feedback? However it works and wants to be utilized, that is the space for that. So you can take the course as the course itself, and it is a live course. It's not pre-recorded, although the how-tos are pre-recorded. And then you can also do the add-on one-on-one quantum support as well. Yeah. Thank
I
you for
love that
asking
you
that.
I love that you did the add-on. I saw that in there and when you sent me the link to look it over, and I felt like that's also really great for anyone who wants an accountability space because a lot of people like that. They like to know somebody's going to ask, "How's it going? Where are we
Mhm.
at with this?" You know, like if you're I'm guessing that that could be part of what you do, like if they asked you
Absolutely.
to. And so I think that might be in something that would draw some in just to know they're not going to walk alone. There's somebody that would be there if they choose that package as well with that extra space. You know, I'm sure you're there
Yes.
in the group space as well, but the extra gets you that personal space of
Mhm.
what they're working on.
One of the things that we talk about in Acasma is implementation.
Mm.
And this course is all about implementation.
It gives them the ability to step in at the space and pace they're ready to, that they're comfortable with. And if they will apply and show up for themselves and what they're building, and this energy space we're working with a Cosma, it's going to grow, like if all the components will be present, it's going to grow. Um, there is a incredible amount of potential here. I don't do astrology that much. I understand sides of it, but I know I have some clients that are highly skilled in it. And I have received some information. I'm sure many who watch this video, you're in this type of world of ours, spiritual and open mind. You may have this information as well. But our collective, our human species space of being has moved into an astrological alignment right now in 2024. If you're catching this when it's released, and if you're catching it after, then we're really in. But this alignment is going to bring a lot of people, like masses of humanity, to the spiritual world, to energy healing, to yes, these spaces of higher consciousness. They're going to want to know. They're going to want somebody to teach them. They're going to want somebody to do an energy session on them. They're going to want somebody to help them understand what's happening to them because humanity is awakening. And so this is like the perfect timing. We took a couple of years to get a cosmic quantum energy anchored in. We've got it being taught all over the world in 7 different languages right now. We've got master teachers, grandmaster teachers, facilitators, every religion, every race, sex, culture. We've got it. They're out there doing their thing. Lives are being changed. And here comes you with the next step.
Mhm.
People need to know this exists. A cosmic quantum energy is here. Yes. And these facilitators that are sitting on the fence, or these teachers that are sitting on the fence because they just aren't sure and they really want to jump. They really want this to be their thing, but they need a little bit more understanding, a little bit more guidance, a little bit more assistance. Here it is. Here it
Mhm.
is. It is. I love it. I love it. I love it. So you've put a fantastic space together. I'm honored to put my name anywhere around it. So
Thank you.
if you're on my mailing list, if you're on sacredexpansion.com already, you're most likely going to get something letting you know about this space because I really believe in what she's put together here. And I really am grateful because I want all light workers and all businesses, all people who are out there following their hearts, their passion, to succeed and to be free and to live a joyous life. So another really beautiful space that you have that I'm so grateful you are here to be is the beautiful Acasma Pods of Light. We have a free community. We have the Acasma Planet of Light and Healing Grid. We meet once a month on Zoom. It's a fantastic space. It's offered to all who are ready to stand and be their light in this now. We've been doing it since 2020. And beautiful Kirsten, she is a leader of light for one of our pod spaces that is here to nurture and to, yes, walk with those who are in the grid. So if this resonates with you, Kirsten, you have the Sacred Joy Pod. Is this correct? Yes?
I do. And it is so joyous. Like it is the highest vibrational space I have and I am in on the internet,
I
and
love it.
even in person too. The folks in that in the Sacred Joy Pod and all of the pods, I know this is a space to explore Acosma, even if you haven't taken the course or you're not quite sure. I mean, I remember when I joined the grid, I joined a pod. I didn't know what was what. I was just like, I just show up whenever I get a link, you know, and it's evolved into this space now, and it is a beautiful space of connection to share the magical, to share the mystical, to share the quantum spaces of you, where people meet you exactly where you are, and they're like, yes,
Yes.
that's real, you
Yes.
know. And it's just
Yes.
like, and we're always sort of in my pod anyways, and I think all of them are similar, we're always leading each other to the next level of us. Like somebody might pop a question in there, how are you bringing a cosmic into your day? Or, you know, how are you blessing your space today? Or, you know, whatever. It's basically, for me, it's like the highest vibe, like Instagram thing out there. And but you're interacting, like I feel like, and I know my pod members, if you're watching, shout out to you, I love you. um that we feel each other, not in a codependent way. Our energies are separate. We're not picking up each other's energy. That is not the space for this. But I know when I read somebody's post, I know exactly who wrote it.
Mm.
And when I reply, I'm replying exactly to them and to all spaces of them. And we are all always like, it's like the space when, you know, when something really cool happens, you know, you see like 5 shooting stars in the same, you know, in a row, and you're like, oh my gosh, like you have a space to share that, right?
Yes.
That's the
Yes.
Sacred Joy Pod. That's all of the
Yes.
pods, is
Yes.
especially like for me, when I joined the pod, I didn't have anybody who who experienced the world like I did,
Mm.
right? And so it's such a beautiful space of validation. It was such a beautiful space of confirmation. It was such a beautiful space of celebration. And that's what we're doing in the pods.
I
That's
love
what we're
that.
doing.
Thank you for being a leader there as
Yeah,
well.
I love it. I
Um,
love it.
So we have 4 pods available right now, and each pod has its own unique flair, but each one shares the love of a Cosma, the yes, even assistance in a sense, because there's guidance and encouragement and inspiration given in these spaces. And we call them pods, but another term you could use to help people understand is they're chat groups in a sense. They are a chat space on a server called Discord. It's a wonderful app that we use, and they're private to us. So we have a, you know, our beautiful sacred space that we've created, and we get to do it our way. And so all those who feel aligned with this energy of my work, of the energy sessions I give, or the light, beautiful orbs of light that come in, those spaces, those energy sessions, the classes I teach, or maybe you're familiar with Kirsten, you caught this video because she shared it and you know about her work. If this space resonates with you, this is what we are, right? We are this space of the higher mind, the higher heart flowing into the now form. We are a cosmic consciousness in formats, and we have this incredible community that is gifted by women like Kirsten. There's 4 of them total, and myself, and we run this space as a free community to all who are ready to align with these higher spaces of themselves. So if you want to join, go to my website, sacredexpansion.com, and right on the front page, there's a big button and it says join the free community. So it's simple. You go there, you click that button, it shoots me an email, and I shoot you an email with a link for you to make it to the community space. If you happen to join Kirsten's pod, she's going to give you some follow-up emails. All the leaders do in one way or another, but I know for a fact this woman sends you about 4 that help you understand all the spaces you've just entered, because now you get an energy session once a month for free with these spaces. Isn't that amazing? You get the Zoom space with us at the end of the month for free, and you get to know what is that about, and what are we doing as a grid of light. It's just an incredible space. So we've been doing this since 2020. So it's really fun to be heading into, I'm guessing we're saying year 5 now, and it's grown beautifully. If you don't want to interact a lot, you're like, I'm not feeling so great about writing in, you are more than welcome to just read. You are more than welcome to just look and take in the love. It is not a requirement that you write anything back. You might just hit an emoji, or you might just scroll right by and just allow your love to flow through your being. You do it in your way. And even if you do the grid once a month that we hold on Zoom, a lot of the people have their cameras off and they're there on Zoom, but they're not lit up like this, they're just the screen with their name, and you get to say what your name is as well. So it's a very welcoming space. It's a very safe space. And what I'm seeing is it's a very powerful space, because the people that are finding their way to it are ready to be their light. They're done playing the program of the old human. They're done victim. They're done with victimhood. They're done with seeing everything as broken and wrong. And they know they live in an alignment as a powerful creator and being of light who happens to be in a human. So if this resonates for you, join us. Join us. And if you really got a connection here with Kirsten, you can add to the email when you send it to me, and you can just tell me you want to be in Kirsten's pod, Sacred Joy Pod, and I'll make sure that's where you go. All right. And any questions about this, please ask us. We're here. And I am really grateful for what it's doing to assist the expansion of that outreach that I'm here to share, which is Acasma Quantum Energy. So thank you, Kirsten, for creating it. And I know that if anybody has any questions, they can reach out to Kirsten. Her contact info will be below this video as well. You can reach out to me. I'll get you right over to her if that works better for you, whatever you feel comfortable with. But this is our time. This is our time, Holy Ones. And that's a timeless statement. It will not go back. We will not pause. We will only move forward. So no matter where you're catching this space, these understandings, they are meeting you because you are ready to be met by them. You are ready to be met by you. So trust yourselves and listen with your hearts and lean in and allow your flow. Thank you for being here, Kirsten, and sharing
Thank
these
you. Thank you so
understandings.
much. Yeah, we're going to have fun. We're going to have fun. This
I
is the
love
thing.
that. I
We're
love
going
that.
to have
We're gonna have
fun.
fun. We're gonna have fun. So if
Yeah.
you're ready to have some fun, come on and check it out. All right. So we lay this at your feet, and thank you for being in this now. Unending blessings upon you all.